To address us next, we have the chairperson of Glidepath, Sir Ken Stevens. Sir Stevens is incredibly well known in the aviation industry and doesn't really need an introduction, so I'll keep it brief. He's an inducted member of Waitakere City's Business Hall of Fame, an honorary fellow of the Institution of Professional Engineers New Zealand, and a member of the New Zealand Institute of Directors. Sir Ken was knighted in 2008 for his services to exporting. Please join me in welcoming Sir Ken Stevens.
Kia ora, namaste, and good morning, everybody. Or good day. It's getting close to the noon hour, I see. Yes, getting towards that. Welcome to all the visitors who've come down from India to be with us today. We really respect your efforts coming in to visit with us and have these meetings and this glorious seminar today. Excellencies and honourables and visitors from all over New Zealand, and welcome to you as well, and other dignitaries. I want to say that our people's hearts at Glidepath went out to the people of Cochin recently during the floods, and there was a great disaster there. And I'm wondering if Mr. Nair from Cochin is in the audience. Is he here? He's not coming. Okay. Well, he's been a great tower of strength, and he's been a marvellous. He's over there. Oh, there he is. My great friend. Good to see you. Please give Mr. Nair a round of applause. His staff and our staff have been working tirelessly to get the airport back up on its feet and get it moving, and have been successful in that respect. The whole of Glidepath staff, 273 people worldwide, as far afield as Toronto in Canada and Lima in Peru, of contributing towards a fund to help the people out who have lost their homes or lost the possessions in their homes and been displaced by the floods. And people are taking great delight in helping out and during that, for those people after that disaster. I want to talk today about the Glidepath's entry into India and what provoked that for us. We've been in India for some years in terms of a project presence, but we decided last year, or just a little bit later than that, to join in with Prime Minister Modi's initiative, Make in India. So we've become part of that, and the New Zealand government, through Trade and Enterprise in Delhi and in Mumbai, have been instrumental in enticing other New Zealand manufacturers to locate an enterprise of some sorts into India. We've done that, and we've located in Pune. And very happy to be there, and they've got an IPL team, so what more can we want? It's really good. So the reason for doing that is that the figures that we've been seeing coming from ACI in terms of statistics and that point out that by 2025, 1 in every 2 people that will board an aircraft will do so in Greater Asia. That means to me that if we're not in India or somewhere poignant in Asia, that we're going to miss out on half of the world's aviation capacity. So we had to be there. So we picked Pune for its industrial support of other companies. There's some very big companies there, and it's relatively easy to get to from Mumbai. We too would like some direct flights into there for several reasons, is that we might share in the spoils of the baggage handling systems on both ends of the deal. So we've got. Let me just relationships. Relationships are everything in India, and I've highlighted this in my simple address today. And I've chosen these words deliberately because at the heart of making it in India is the strength of the relationship, every step of the way, that is. And I've borrowed some wisdom from the great Mahatma Gandhi to help me realise that. We believe the relationships are based on the principles of respect, understanding, acceptance and appreciation. And in India, a commitment and capacity and capability to build those relationships and to know when to give way is paramount. So make in India. So to make in India, you have to make it in India. And I mean that you have to make it as a company in India to be able to make it in India. And that's what we're doing. Not just because it is a key strategy of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but because it provides a competitive advantage for us to reduce our product costs. Be faster to market, be closer to customers in India, Asia and the Middle East, and of course East Africa, which is developing quite nicely. Nothing is impossible. We are a small New Zealand company with a global reach in a world of heavyweight competitors. Our track record is strong. We've been in the business some 45 years. Our record is strong as a leading international airport baggage handling, security and parcel sorting specialist. We're supported by a world of know-how and a world of experience gained over 45 years and 900 projects operating in 78 countries, and most of those are in the Asia-Pacific region and, of course, North America for us. But we can't sit still. Our world is a world of know-how. There's too much opportunity and so many possibilities in this age of disruption as we evolve into a new era of technology and as an innovative company. We like to look, listen, learn and apply to make our future, and that future is as wide as we wish to imagine. So our culture, Asia is on our doorstep and growth is fast and furious. But for us to be first in line for new airport work, we have to be close to the action. We have teams in India working and supporting Mr. Nair's project in Cochin. But we have to be close to the action. We have to make an offer that fits exactly to the spec and the price, and to ensure that delivery is true to our customer-centric values and commitments to satisfaction. India is our launch pad. So how did we get there? Glidepath first dipped its toe into the market back in 2002, and 16 years on we've completed over $40 million worth of airport baggage handling system and cargo projects. That established Glidepath India as a subsidiary, built long-standing relationships, employed skilled local talent, and are now making it in India. We've had an office in Mumbai since 2009, Cochin since 2011, and all the moons are now aligned. We are commissioning our own manufacturing plant in Pune, hiring local staff, design and project engineers to make, assemble and install baggage handling conveyor systems for customers all over wider Asia the Middle East markets. Pune is an ideal location for us to build our own factory. As I'd mentioned before, it is well-established steel fabrication and engineering industry. In fact, Pune is a hotspot for German and European automobile manufacturing, pharma, medical, healthcare and education firms. For us, it means that there is a buoyant talent pool at hand and we're able to recruit top IT, engineering and skilled labour that is user-friendly and non-unionised. And a word here, you need to hire locals and you need to respect the system and how you hire locals. You have to use an agent or a recognised local labour recruiter. And just another piece of advice to any other exporters that are figuring on venturing to India. And I suppose I can quote from the great man again, those who have all things, those who withhold have nothing. I always like to remember that. So play by the rules, play by their rules, play fair. You are supporting an interconnected community and there are quirks, customs and behaviours that you'll never understand. So just get on with it. Now, and yesterday we had in this very room, we had a marvellous conference as well, just in this very room, and that was Export New Zealand, which I happen to be chair of, annual convention. and called Go Global. We had some fantastic presentations from technical exporters and fledgling exporters, and many of them are venturing into India as well. And one of the presenters from Canterbury, the SIFT company, their byline is just get on with it. And sometimes we have to take that big step into markets and just get on with it. So if we want to build our dream, not only in numbers, but also in skills, we have to be investing in more local staff to manage ongoing operations and the maintenance work, of course, to meet the explosive growth and opportunities in India. We'll also develop a local mechanical and controls design team to service both Indian and regional market from this hub. So, play fair. Sourcing local materials is core to our plan to reduce costs. It is challenging, particularly sourcing consistent quality materials at a consistent price. But we are building relationships with trusted suppliers who are getting to know what our standards and product specifications are. And another wee gem of advice, if I may be so crass to pass that to you, is to know your product costs inside out and be specific. In fact, be prescriptive. If you're able to achieve the best price for your company and a proper margin so everyone is happy. That means you have to know the Indian rate for every input, from materials to man-hours, machine time to logistics, and be prepared for high transaction costs. This country is expert at bureaucracy, and so while labour is cheaper, manufacturing is cheaper, paperwork, registrations, getting funds in and out is often laborious and expensive. The answer? Hire locals to navigate the system. So one of our first projects that we've producing materials and equipment in Pune is for Bali in Indonesia. So for all the trials and tribulations we've gone through in getting this far, we've reached a major milestone with our Pune operation. So we've shipped the first job. It's an export job, and people are saying that they think that's fantastic, that we're actually intra-exporting from India. So we've manufactured, tested and dispatched our first made in India baggage handling conveyor system, which is currently being installed in the departure hall in Bali as a key part of the upgrade of Bali's Gusti Nauru Nai International Airport in Denpasar in time for the IMF Summit in early October. So, thinking global and making it in India. Our plan from here is to build revenues and capability so that Glidepath India becomes a key operations and manufacturing hub within the group and the launchpad for our advance further into Asia. New Zealand will remain our global HQ with our prototyping and design and build software and innovation units able to deliver specialist product and services to keep ahead of the game. We are now very well placed within India to expand our presence and build a competitive position, but it's taken time to build the relationships and a credible reputation with the airport authorities, decision makers, agents who need to represent the business and airlines. It's not easy finding the right staff in such a competitive and fast-growing market. And it is daunting to get to know and work through the bureaucracy and requirements of tendering systems as well as business and cultural issues. But don't judge. India is no different from having to learn the ropes in any market where you want to operate as a New Zealand exporter. We don't know it all. Glidepath doesn't know it all, but we are learning every day by being there and by being open-minded, respectful, and never underestimating anyone or anything about this incredible country. It's humbling. This is the country that discovered zero. Z-E-R-O, not our own accounting company. So we can do our maths, establish the first university in the world, dominated world commerce, developed the space program where we just looked at the moon. It is the world's biggest democracy and is set to be the most populous country on earth, and it's damn good at cricket as well. A huge advantage for us is that India is English speaking, has a very good documentation and yes, cumbersome taxation and other systems, and great people. We have hired very good locals. our General Manager Asia, Rajesh Kalra, who has been with us for a long time now, well over 10 years, 12 more years, for a long time, is now based in India and has been brilliant for us. Rajesh is a local who knows his business, knows the Glidepath business, and he'll tell you good things take time. It's like the cheese ad. We offer our customers, in the first 2 years in India, Rajesh knocked on doors for us, planted the seeds to get Glidepath on the register, kept potential airport customers up to date with trends and needs in baggage handling and security systems, so that when the day came for a tender to be let, our specifications and capabilities were included. We were able to compete against the giants. And that brings me to another word of advice. Do not send under-experienced people to India, and make sure that you have the backup of senior managers on call and available quickly. Hence a move into Make in India. And eyes do pop when we say we have our own manufacturing factory in Pune. It's already too small, by the way, so we underclubbed it a little bit, which will be able to provide hardware to other big international engineering competitors, I guess, and to airports. And don't be spending a fortune on flat offices in big cities. You need basic infrastructure to support your growth and support your immediate purpose. But when you need to be on call, on the job, in front of the customer, and servicing what they want, you better be ready. So here I'm showing a letter from Cochin to our peoples, and thanking us for our quick response to their needs, and we're very happy to do so. So no one waits for service in India. There's always someone else ready to and willing to deliver, to solve a problem, and to go that extra mile. So be ready. I like to think that Glidepath is one of those service providers who really does understand that we are hired to make it happen the way the customer wants, and make it happen now. We've definitely built our reputation on never shirking our contractual obligations and never letting down the customer. So while it really is up to you, as a business wanting to do business in one of the great developing markets of the world, a free trade agreement between New Zealand and India would be immensely beneficial, as would Airlinks. So we've been talking for years and years now, and now is the need for action. India is growing. We want to grow with it. What can we do to cement an agreement? Thank you all.